Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Quant Network in this one. And yes, XRP. You guys, follow me on this. If you hold Quant Network or if you hold XRP, you won't be sorry for following me and watching to the end of this video, okay? But before we get started, I want to thank each and every single one of you for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. We're on the road to 4,000. We're like so close to being there. And hopefully by this video, maybe we've made it. But thank y'all, for real. I truly appreciate you guys, okay? So jumping into this thing. Now, there has been a lot of back and forth between this terminology, universal ledger and things of that nature. Okay, you guys? What I want to put that to rest today. We're going to know by the end of this, who is the universal ledger and who is the universal interoperable layer. Okay, you guys, follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere and all roads lead to Quant, okay? Now, in this first video, this is what people tend to always say and refer to when we talk about Quant and putting them in the title of the universal ledger or layer or whatever the case may be, right? Okay. So this is Gilbert Verdian. It was during the RLN announcement, and there's just very small piece of a part of that interview. This is what's referred to when he says we're bringing in R3, and they are bringing in the shared ledger where all the tokenized assets will reside, okay? Follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere, and trust me, all roads lead to Quant Network. I'll be right back.
Quant brings its heritage and expertise in creating DLT-based financial infrastructure for all forms of tokenized digital assets and money to be interoperable. In the project, we're bringing a multitude of solutions and technology. This includes enhanced programmability, which is over and above what we've done before in CBDCs and fit for commercial banks, interoperability across networks and different types of DLTs, the interconnectivity of all of these, and then finally, all of this is orchestrated through our technology and presented through a banking-grade API. We're also partnering with R3 on the project, which are bringing in the shared ledger where all the tokenized assets will reside.
Now, you just heard directly from his mouth. They're literally the framework. They're literally the foundation of it. They're literally the programmability, the scalability, the interoperability, like they're literally it. And yes, does the shared ledger sit outside of what they're doing? Absolutely, but you have to think about it. The shared ledger goes alongside of what Oracle has going on. It also goes alongside of what the RLN has going on. And anybody else is gonna have a blockchain. That this shared ledger is a way for them to swap assets, yes, but it's not the end all be all of everything. It is one piece of a puzzle that the unified interoperable layer will sit over. Follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere, okay, you guys? So in this video, we're getting ready to go over the difference between Interledger protocol that utilizes XRP and Overledger that utilizes QNT. What are the differences between them? What makes them the titles that we know them to be? And I know there was some discourse back and forth about who is this and who is that, and this is the universal ledger, and Quant's not this, and that's not just follow me on this. This will be crystal clear towards the end of this video, okay? But we're jumping into this second video, and this comes from our boy, CommonSenseCrypto. Bro, you rock, and I will be right back.
But this is a great picture coming from House of Chimera on what the differences are. So you see Quant's Overledger protocol and Ripple's Interledger protocol. Interoperability facilitates interoperability between permissionless and permissionless blockchains. Interledger protocol functions as a bridge between two different cryptocurrencies, as well as between cryptocurrencies and fiat. Tools for implementation. Quant's Overledger, MDApps, can be utilized as a plug-and-play setup and can operate across any DLT. Ripple's Interledger protocol is a custom connector is required to bridge two DLTs. Quant's Overledger protocol. QNT is the Quant network's native token. Interledger protocol has no native token. However, Ripple always said that XRP would be utilized in this scenario. Quant's Overledger, fault tolerance, protocol based. Ripple's Interledger depends on validators. Notaries are institutions. So when you look at it on the big scale, QNT is the glue making sure that Interledger protocol is functioning perfectly and where it's happening anywhere on the internet. It's going to connect to Interledger protocol as well, forming one big massive network. That's what I love about QNT.
Okay, you just heard all of those key differences. You just heard what Interledger protocol can do, and you just heard what Overledger can do. Follow me on this. This is two totally different things, and I don't understand why people put them in the same boat with one another. What XRP is doing with the Interledger protocol is totally different than what Quant Network is doing with their global interoperable blockchain platform, software as a service, Overledger, that sits over, yes, the universal ledger, but it also sits over every other ledger that will ever exist. Follow me on this, okay, you guys? I'm always going somewhere. But in this next video, it is Gilbert Verdian himself telling us the difference between Interledger protocol and what they have going on with Overledger. And you can't get more a matter of fact than the horse's mouth itself. Okay, you guys, follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere. All roads lead to Quant Network and their interoperable software as a service, Overledger, the true universal interoperable layer. Follow me on this. I will be right back.
It's very different. So ILP is a peer-to-peer protocol for payments between different assets and different blockchains, doing hash time locks and whatever, and Ripple and Bitcoin are one of the early use cases, and that's good for a payment use case. But what we're doing is if you think of ILP as you're sending a message between you and your friend. It's the interaction between you two in terms of the two parties. What we're doing is at the core level, how does that one network have a gateway to understand and find resources to another network, which also has a gateway, and how do those networks talk to each other at the internet scale level? So think of it as border gateway protocol for money, and so BGP is quite a good technology, and it works. So we're creating the protocol and the methodology to find and identify networks. So with ILP, you're sending something from Ripple to Bitcoin, you know where they are. But on an internet scale, how do you know where that digital asset or the party B is that you want to send to? You need to find them. You need to find the route between the different networks to identify that digital asset. And how do you transact across those gateways? And so that's what we're tackling, which is much larger.
Now that was coming from my boy, CommonSenseCrypto. Again, bro, you rock. We appreciate you. We're happy to have you back in the space as well. I know you took a little hiatus, but you guys just heard. You guys just heard directly from Gilbert Verdian's mouth himself, you guys. It don't get no more clear than that. It does not. But I've got more to show y'all. Just kind of sort of showing you that verbiage matters. And we did have Gilbert at the very beginning of this talking about the shared ledger. The shared ledger is important. Interledger protocol is important. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's any more important than a hedera or a XLM or a XDC or a VeChain or a Jasmy. These are all networks. And I get it. Some networks do different things, like, the VeChain is really heavy in supply chain. Okay, great. We have XRP with Interledger protocol being able to swap any asset. That's great. But it's just it's a piece to a puzzle. Follow me on this, okay, you guys? I'm always going somewhere, okay? But in one of the most recent releases on Quant Network, I already brought it to you, but I'm only bringing you a small piece of this clip so you can truly understand. They are now calling themselves the universal, literally interoperable layer. Okay, you guys? It was during that RTGS announcement. Okay, but just a little piece of that, and I will be right back. Come from my boy MaximusCrypto, bro. You rock.
Quant is uniquely positioning itself to help central banks, financial institutions transform their RTGS systems from static, batch-based frameworks into dynamic, programmable infrastructures. With Quant Flow, settlement instructions can be automated with programmable logic, enabling true 24/7 real-time settlement. I mean, if you think about it, that's powerful. Powered by Overledger and Fusion, Quant can manage counterparty risk via PVP and delivery versus payment settlement across networks, orchestrate just-in-time liquidity transfers with tokenized deposits, cash flows, and reduce operational complexity by acting as a universal interoperability layer. The universal interoperability layer, acting as a universal interoperability layer. That's wow. I mean, this is a great update. This eliminates much of the need for reconciliation by keeping records synchronized across platforms with embedded compliance and auditability. By design, QuantFlow ensures that real-time gross settlements modernization is not only efficient but also regulatory grade, paving the way for a more resilient, interoperable, future-proof global payments infrastructure.
Now you guys just heard from that recent release from Quant Network, cite themselves, calling themselves what? The universal interoperable layer. Now it's fine to have a shared ledger. That's amazing. That things can tap into. Incredible. But I think the universal interoperable layer supersedes the shared ledger. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not fudding XRP in no way. It's a great project. What they have going on is incredible. But again, like I always say, if Quant Network succeeds with what they are trying to do for the realm of Web3, that means the entirety of Web3. That means every single legitimate project also succeeds because they are the thing bringing it into a global regulatory reality because they have a tried, tested, and true interoperable service that is now ready for common day, me and you, everyday deployment of, because it is literally parts of global standards and internet protocols. I'm going to say it in every video because it matters. ISO TC 307, the global standard for building on blockchain. It's also a part of secure asset transfer protocol coming out of the IETF, which stands for the Internet Engineering Task Force. These things matter. They are piecing together the globe. I had a person comment in the comments about South America and how Overledger is already a part of South America. I got a video coming out in regards to it because that's tapping back into literally LACchain, because it is what he is saying is 1000% factual. And LACchain is now going on its second anniversary of being a reality in South America. What is the underpinning interoperable layer for LACchain? Overledger, Quant Network's software as a service. Then you have things like the whole entire European diaspora that uses the euro. We already know things like SIA and Nexi understand truly what's being laid out. They're almost taking it region by region. We already know the UK. That's a given. And with the last few videos that I've brought you, we've now tying them back to the US government. Why? Because it is a global standard, you guys. Understand and truly see that if you know about QNT in 2025, you are a very, very rare person on this planet, because 99.9999999% of the population have no idea that QNT even exists. They have no idea that Quant Network exists. They have no idea that Overledger exists. They have no idea that all of these central bank trials have gone on. Most of them have no clue that now laws are being generated around DLT and distributed ledger technologies as we speak, more and more of them globally, daily. Because when America put the Genius Act, it was a huge checkmate for the rest of the world to get in alignment. And that's exactly what's happening. People have no clue this shift is taking place. And to understand that you, hearing this video, know about the global interoperable layer of it all, which is Overledger.
UK, Digital Marketplace, Result 101, Overledger, SaaS, Software as a Service, the world's first DLT API gateway for enterprise, Dan. Quant Network, world's first true universal DLT interoperability platform oriented for enterprise, designed to seamlessly interconnect private and public systems, networks, and DLTs. Overledger's APIs are easy to implement and eliminate the complexity of multi-DLT challenges at enterprise level.
Overledger platform from Quant establishes a new benchmark for blockchain interoperability and ease of use. As a low-code enterprise-grade platform, Overledger empowers you to deploy, connect, and develop on any blockchain quickly and simply. With Overledger, you can generate an interoperable digital asset with just a few clicks, create secure smart contracts that can execute on any blockchain without having to hire a team of experts. And you can use its advanced APIs to integrate with your systems and manage your assets on multiple chains. We believe that the blockchain economy should be simple, trusted, and future-proof. These are our principles and the genesis of Overledger Platform, the enterprise standard for building on blockchain.
That is tied back to more countries than you can even think via a standard and an internet protocol. A win for Overledger is a win for the entirety of Web3, because it is what brings Web 2 and Web 3 harmoniously into the same time zone in unison, so that they can start interoperating with each other. This is the reason why all of Overledger APIs are coded with Web 2 language. This is the reason why. It's because it is truly plug and play technology that is tied to global standards. Follow me, okay, you guys? I promise y'all, I wouldn't just bring things that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I promise. I could be talking about the hottest TikTok dance and the hottest crave, and I could have a billion gazillion followers. But I choose to bring substance and value. And when things happen organically, things seem to take place. So I truly appreciate each and every single one of you who are tapping in. And I hope that we have cleared up in this video the difference between the unified ledger and what they call themselves? Was it the universal interoperable layer? You know, this is why Quant is my number one. And it's because they will get everyone else in alignment by being the thing that connects them all together seamlessly. With, at this point, with some developer hubs, 0 lines of code, truly bringing Web3 mass adoption to reality. Okay, you guys? So we made it all the way through. this entire video, type in, y'all, this is a long one, but ride with me on it, okay? And if you have to abbreviate it, but universal interoperable layer. That way I know you made it all the way through this entire video. To the next time, y'all already know Quant Network is king and ain't nobody taking their throne. I appreciate y'all. Peace out.